Hello everybody, welcome to the Disney Daddy Daily DSA demo. I am looking today at the Toy Story Villains team. Looking at the 8th Towers in Conquest. We know that those teams can be very challenging at this point. Look at the buffs. Defending Toy Story characters gain 30% bonus maximum health, 20% offense, and begin battle with haste for 2 turns, and defense up for 2 turns. So the Toy Story villains characters are very great in this tower. The Toy Story heroes begin battle with guaranteed crit. It's also awesome, but I think the Toy Story villains are still better. So let's look at how to take full advantage of that. Looking at my Toy Story villains team. Let's see. Let's just go to Toy Story for a second, because I don't think Toy Story Villains is a category. But looking at Toy Story, Zerg first. When he starts with that offense up and guaranteed crits, it's awesome. It's guaranteed to take you out in the first shot. He's going to take somebody out. When you look at what he can do here, usually his first attack is going to be this one. And if you got him fully leveled up, you see how bad this is. So what's that? It's about 500 damage 23 times. And it could chain to adjacent opponents. So, I mean, that's great. That's 11,500. It's over 11,000 damage just to start. So that's an awesome one. And then the next attack that he's going to do is going to be this, and that's almost 10,000 damage, and actually even more if they're lower. So you could probably, with the first 2 turns, Zerg can get 2 people out, which is very valuable. Now let's look at the next characters from Toy Story villains here. Lotso. I have a full recovery stone on him. That's going to matter for something I show you here. So just look at his leadership ability. He gains 20% maximum health in Club Conquest. Actually, all Toy Story villains do. So on top of all those other buffs, it's another 20%. And I've seen people put Toy Story villain teams in that tower that are not that great, and they're lethal with all these buffs. And then we could see that it also has offense up for 1 turn and life drain for 1 turn at the start of battles in Club Conquest. Yeah, brutal. Now look at this recovery one. And this is why I was saying that recovery stone matters here. So, when characters dealt damage, increase speed meter of allied Toy Story villains by 10%, and an additional 5% per opponent inflicted with fear. And we know that all the Toy Story villains add fear. Then, on start of turn, perform one of the following: gain a copy of random helpful effect from each adjacent Toy Story villain teammate, with its duration refreshed, and restore 1,800 health to the 2 lowest health teammates, including this character. And if affected teammates have full health instead, apply continuous healing, restoring 2,400 health over 2 turns. So we're getting about 2,000 health just for that, just for this one. And this doesn't require any magic. This is every turn. And if affected teammate is Toy Story villain, increase health restored by 15% per helpful effect on this character. So put a helpful effect on it, and you get an extra 15% on top of that. So, I mean, they start with helpful effects. So you know that's going to be great. I think they started with, what was it, 2 or 3 helpful effects automatically, and 2 more from Lotso's leadership ability. So That's an extra 15% of that 2,000 for 15 for 5 effects. So what's that? Let me do some math in my head. That's an extra 1,500, so it's 3,500 health instead of 2,000 health, roughly. And in Club Conquest, grant defense up for 1 turn to affected teammates. And it could be including himself, so there's another effect right there. So yeah, that's awesome. And then this one. This is another recovery effect. Restore 1,800 health to the 2 lowest. Oh wait, was this one we just looked at? No, this is actually, again, restore 1,800 health to the 2 lowest health teammates, and if affected teammates have full health, instead apply continuous healing, restoring 2,300 health over 2 turns, and inflict taunt on 1 turn for the 2 lowest health opponents. 50% chance to increase opponents inflicted with taunt by 1. So again, awesome. Tons of recovery specials with this. Now let's look at Chunk here. Now Chunk, my favorite thing about Chunk is his shield and also his taunt. His taunt also only takes his taunt only takes, where is it? Where's the game taunt? Okay, so his taunt is actually a passive. So on start of turn, this character is not affected by haste or taunt. Perform the following: gain taunt for 1 turn. So he's just always taunting, and he's got a good amount of health. We'll look at that in a second. Good amount of defense, and he's got plenty of defense up type and shield type abilities that we can add here. And he does a decent amount of damage. I could add to that, but I'm not going to right now. Let's just look real quick at what he's got already. Yeah, 27,646 health and 506 defense. That's awesome. Tenacity, 23%. That's also very good. He's pretty fast, 112. That's like a Big Baby. Big Baby also has some recovery. So on receiving damage, 30% chance to restore up to 932 health and gain offense up for 1 turn. And if Lotso's teammate, which obviously he's going to be, increases speed meter by 30%, and chance to activate is increased by 5% per Toy Story villain teammate. And so I'm pretty sure that does count him. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure it does count him. So that's an extra 20%, so that's 50% chance. So basically every other time he gets hit, restore about 1,000 health. And it looks like this could be a pretty cool, for Conquest, pretty cool ability, that level 2, where you increase the duration of the helpful effect gain by 1. Now, the next question, one more thing, looking at what he does a lot of damage too. Just scrolling through real quick. We can add to that as well, but again, I'm not going to right now. I know it looks like I totally should because I have a ton of runes, but I'm waiting for Gear 8 so I can get all those abilities, and also to see how raids come into effect and which characters I want to give these ability upgrades to. I know I'm being kind of stingy with them, but I want to make sure that I have them all this time, because I didn't have enough runes when all those new abilities came out last time. I don't want to make that same mistake. The question is who to put in the same on that team with them, because that's only 4 characters. So let's go to I don't know. I'm just gonna try and battle Dalton here. Dalton's got a great team. So I'm going to select my Toy Story Villains team. It should be here somewhere. Here it is. And I think I will put it as hammer. This is the defense that I run in Conquest. just so you guys know, I'm putting Dr. F in there, and I also have a full recovery stone on Dr. F. So that means that when a teammate's defeated, restore an extra 1200 health to all teammates, and 35% bonus health per downtown villain's teammate. These are all downtown villains. So, and if teammate is downtown villain's character, 30% chance to grant continuous healing, restoring 2400 health over 2 turns. So, I can't even do that math right now, but it's a lot of recovery, because those are all downtown villains, and that's 35%. I'm going to, normally Lotso would be the leader, and he does that extra 20%, and there's also those huge buffs that we talked about in Tower 8, but we'll still see that this is a pretty solid team even without those buffs, but you can only imagine what it would be like. I'm going to put Dr. F back here just because he winds up being slightly more, probably slightly more valuable than Lotso when it's not Conquest, and he should be in this position. You want to keep him opposite of your character that's taunting, because that way adjacent and flanking attacks don't hit them. So anyway, let's get to work. Now, obviously, this is a great team that we're fighting, and we know that that type of team composition is much better, even though the summoner score does not, or not summoner score, the deck power does not suggest it, but we just gotta keep that in mind. Okay, so both those guys are silenced, which is not good for the start, because you can't see their passives, but we have an offense up on Zerg, so let's see what that does to Hero. No, he's gone. So even someone with higher health in Conquest would definitely be gone. We're gonna do this attack right here. So we get both of them, and he's taunting already. So, looking good. Let's get that. Now they're inflicted by fear. And now we have to deal with the hammer. So I'm going to use this attack as well. See what happens. See, very good. Unfortunately, now he's got undefeatable and the field and the just the shields. Undefeatable's gone, but it is annoying. Gotta try and get Hero out of there. So, continue to silence, even though it's a computer, it's continuing to silence Dr. F, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Now this is where those extra 50% damage type abilities would be great. No one's taunting, so I don't need to use this one. I'm just going to do this, and that should have people assist. There we go. Good. Wasn't enough to get him, though, unfortunately. That was... I probably should have done that on the back line, but it's okay. I guess now I'll work on Elsa. And now Hero. Now we'll go back to Elsa. See, look at that. Healing when you didn't even need healing. So, unfortunately, they're not doing too much damage right now. I do this just so we can't change the charm. We're not doing too much damage while I don't want to waste that. We're not doing too much damage because we don't have those abilities upgraded, and it's all about Zerg's offense right now on this team for me, so it is something I'm going to have to focus on, and now I realize that. But it's okay. Okay, now I will do this. Ugh, still wasn't enough. Okay, this will be enough to get here. And then we get some health too. It's always nice. This is just going to be a attack to get the shield out, and then we'll just work on Elsa again. And we have enough magic to do these attacks now again, which is great. So close to getting her down to stasis there. Hopefully this one will. There we go. Ooh, that hurts. I think I might do this. Hopefully, it did do taunt to Baymax, but it's okay. I'm gonna save that other one. Didn't want to use that big attack on just a little bit of health. Now I'll do it. Cobra. And I'll try and hit. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to win this one, but I am winning. In Conquest, I would win it. Definitely on defense. Really close, but I don't think so. I don't think I have enough attack power. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be enough, but pretty solid attempt. Oh well. But I was doing pretty well. Now it's a solid look at what that team can do. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.